There are moments at night when the mind refuses to rest. The body lies still, but the thoughts continue walking. A memory, a worry, a shape in the dark that feels larger than it is. Most fears do not arrive loudly. They come quietly, disguised as restlessness. Tonight is not about fighting those thoughts. It is about sitting beside them and watching them soften. Welcome to Sleepy Zen Story. This is a place where nothing needs to be solved, nothing needs to be fixed, and nothing needs to be understood all at once, only gently noticed and slowly released. Before we continue, you may gently ask yourself, without needing to answer, where in the world are you listening from? What time is it for you right now? Let the question appear, and then let it go. There is nowhere else you need to be, and if this story brings you comfort, you may softly like and subscribe for more stories like this, or simply let the thought pass like a cloud. Allow your breath to slow, not controlled, not forced, just noticed. In and out, as though the breath already knows how to rest. Feel the weight of your body being held, the surface beneath you steady and patient. Nothing is falling, nothing is chasing you. You are safe to listen. Imagine a quiet river at night. The water moves slowly, as if it has all the time in the world. Moonlight stretches across the surface, breaking gently as the current passes beneath it. On the riverbank, a small fire crackles softly, not loud, not demanding, just enough warmth to remind you that you are not alone. Each sound, the fire, the water, your breath, exists without urgency. Behind you, on the wall of smooth stone near the fire, a shadow flickers. It grows when the flame moves. It shrinks when the fire settles. The shadow has no shape of its own, only movement. At first, it feels uncomfortable to notice it. The mind wonders what it is, why it changes, whether it matters. This is how fear often begins, not as danger, but as uncertainty. Instead of turning away, you remain seated. You do not stare. You do not analyze. You simply allow the shadow to be present. Notice how it cannot exist without light. Notice how it disappears when the fire calms. The shadow has no voice, no weight, no intention. It is only a passing shape. Fear, too, often lives this way, borrowed from attention, sustained by movement. With each slow breath out, the fire settles. With each settling flame, the shadow softens. You begin to see that nothing is chasing you. Nothing is waiting to harm you. The mind had filled the empty space, and now the space is quiet again. The river continues its slow journey. It does not ask where it is going. It simply flows. You are allowed to do the same. Thoughts may arise. Let them float like leaves on water. No need to follow them downstream. The body grows heavier. The jaw loosens. The space behind the eyes softens. Fear fades when examined gently.
not questioned, not corrected, not pushed away, simply noticed, as one might notice the temperature of the air on the skin. The shadow never needed to leave. It only needed less attention. In the same way, many thoughts soften when they are allowed to exist without resistance. The mind often believes it must protect, must predict, must prepare. But here, beside the quiet river, there is nothing required of you. The river continues moving in the dark. It does not avoid rocks. It does not fear bends. It meets each moment as it comes and passes it just as easily. You may notice now that your breathing has changed, slower, deeper, less interested in control. Each breath arrives, does its quiet work, and leaves without ceremony, just like the river. Your awareness begins to widen. You are no longer focused on one thing. The fire, the water, the night, they blend into a single calm presence. Thoughts may still appear, but they feel farther away now, as if you are listening to them from another room. They speak more quietly. Some stop speaking altogether. There is no need to follow them. If the shadow returns to the wall, you notice it differently now. It is smaller, less defined, almost curious. You understand something without words. The shadow was never the problem. The tension came from trying to escape it. Now, even if it moves, it no longer matters, like a passing cloud that doesn't interrupt the sky. Feel the body sinking further into whatever supports you. The shoulders drop. The tongue rests gently. The space between thoughts grows wider. In those spaces, there is no fear, only quiet. The moon drifts higher. Its light spreads evenly, asking nothing from the river below. The fire has become a low glow now, steady, patient, almost still. Even sound begins to fade. You may hear the river, or you may simply feel it, a slow movement beneath everything. There is nothing left to understand, no lesson to remember. What mattered has already settled into the body. Fear does not disappear by force. It dissolves when no longer fed. And tonight, you are no longer feeding it. Breathing continues on its own, in and out. You do not need to follow it anymore. Sleep begins arriving in small, gentle waves, each wave carrying you slightly farther from wakefulness. There is no edge to cross, only a gradual softening. The river flows unseen now. The moon watches silently. The shadow has nowhere to stand. Only stillness remains. Nothing to hold, nothing to fear, nothing to become. Rest. There is a moment when effort quietly steps aside. It does not announce itself. It simply stops. You may feel it now as a gentle release somewhere in the body, perhaps behind the eyes, perhaps in the chest, perhaps nowhere specific at all. The mind no longer asks questions. It rests. The river flows on without needing a name. It does not call itself calm. It does not call itself strong. It simply moves. Water touches stone and continues. Thoughts touch awareness and continue. Nothing lingers. Nothing is held. Breathing is happening. You do not need to listen to it anymore. It is like the ticking of a clock in another house, present but unimportant. In this quiet, even the sense of you begins to soften, not disappearing, just becoming less solid.
The body grows heavier now. Not tense, not stiff. Heavy in the way warm sand holds the feet. Muscles loosen without instruction. The forehead smooths. The jaw rests slightly open. The body remembers how to sleep. A thought may appear, but before it finishes forming, it fades, like mist that never becomes a cloud. You do not follow it. You do not resist it. You barely notice it. This is not control. This is forgetting. The fire by the river has become embers, a soft glow that pulses slowly. No sharp edges, no flicker, just warmth without movement. The shadow on the wall no longer forms. There is not enough contrast, and there is no need for it. Notice the space between one moment and the next. It is wide, comfortable, safe. In that space, nothing happens, and nothing needs to. Sleep grows not from effort, but from absence.
Awareness becomes smaller now, like a dimming light in a quiet room. You are not trying to focus. Focus is fading on its own. Sounds blur, sensations soften. Even the river feels far away. You may not know when sleep begins. That is how it works. One moment you are listening, the next moment there is a gap, and then nothing. No images, no thoughts, just deep rest doing its quiet work. The night holds everything. The river flows unseen. The moon remains overhead. No story continues. No ending is required. Only stillness. If anything remains awake, let it rest here. There is nothing left to hear, nothing left to follow. Sleep has already arrived. The fire is out. The river flows on, and you are already resting. Good night from Sleepy Zen Story.